Hello Year 3, it's Wonderful Wednesday today and we're looking at the volume of water or the capacity of a container more than a litre. Now we know that a litre, 1 litre, is the same as 1,000 millilitres. So we're looking at things more than 1,000 millilitres today. And your first question is there more than 1 litre of water in the container? Now, this container has been poured out into these 2 measuring jugs, and you can read on there, hopefully it's clear enough, that it's 1 litre in the big one and another 300 millilitres in the small one. So we add those together. What is the total amount? In a minute, you're going to pause the video and write what the total amount in litres and millilitres is, and all in millilitres. I also then want you to look around the house, go for a little walk and see, you don't need to measure, but see if you can find things that you think will hold more than a litre of water. Now, a litre, I always think of it as Coke bottles or milk bottles. If I show you this picture here, you know you get the little cans and then you get the bottles of Coke that come with sandwiches in shops. Then you get a bigger one. Now this one I can hold with one hand and it's normally about £1 in the shops. This is your litre. So look around your house and see if you can find anything that is bigger than that contains more volume of liquid than that. If I think about milk bottles, it's this one here. This is a litre. It's bigger than the little tiny ones, but it's not as big as the massive ones that are hard to hold. So pause the video, write down how much you think is in the picture and go and find and write down a few things that are more than a litre you think. So it could be a bucket, it could be a big can of something or a box, okay? So today's lesson we're going to be reading measuring jugs that have a scale on them. So this pot here, to measure it, first we would fill it up with water all the way to the top to find what we call the capacity of it, which means all the way to the top. We then fill it, pour it into a measuring jug. You can see this one is 1 litre and extra. It didn't all fit in there. There's also an extra 300. So we can write this as 1 litre, 300 millilitres. Or we can say, well, a litre is 1,000 millilitres, so we can write 1,300 millilitres. Okay? I think today you will just be doing the 1 litre, 300 millilitres one. I then got a barrel, which if I fill to the top is a really big amount. I remember in September with you, I went outside and we started measuring the capacity of a bucket, and we were there for ages, filling it up, filling it up, filling it up. So here we've got 1 litre, 2 litres, 3 litres, 4 litres, 5 litres, plus some more, plus 600 millilitres. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, I forgot then, 5 litres and 600 millilitres. So that means 5,600 millilitres. I'm going to go back to my Coke because when I think of the volume of liquid something can hold, if I'm looking at something, I think how much capacity or how much volume can fit in there. I always think about Diet Coke. Now, Diet Coke's one of my favourite drinks, and I sometimes, I don't know which ones we have, but you've probably seen a can. You can have a can of Sprite or a can of Coca-Cola. These ones are, I've just found this out, 330 millilitres, so a lot less than a litre. About 3 of these will fit into a litre bottle, and I've already told you that this one here is 1 litre. So when you're at the shops next time, you can have a little look and see if you can find, and actually they do say where the volume of liquid in there. At the back it will say litres or millilitres. This one here that you sometimes get with a sandwich, it's more than 330 but less than a litre. That one there is half a litre. It's about 500 millilitres. That's half of 1,000, half of a litre. So it's more than the can. And these ones, you sometimes get absolutely massive ones and sometimes quite big. But I think the one I've got a picture of there is double the size of this one here, and it's 2 litres. So in your head, when you're looking at the capacity of different objects, think, can I fit a Diet Coke can in there, or a Diet Coke bottle? And the same with milk. Have a little look in your fridge and see which ones. Sometimes we buy a little one if we're just having a few coffees, but I know at school there's a lot of teachers that have coffee. We get the big one like this, and it's sometimes really hard to carry. I've just found out that this one is about 3.5 litres. So that means 3 of them and a bit more. That's loads of milk. This one here is double the size of the litre one. It's 2 litres. We've got this one, which is a litre, so that's a good benchmark to kind of think, right, is it more or less than this? And this little one here is half. Only 500 millilitres, or half a litre. Okay, so hopefully you use that in your mind to think about how big the volume is of different things. Now, guided practice. Pause, work it out. If it's not too clear, I've made it as clear as possible. I'll do it with you. 1 litre and up to 500. So here we would have 1 litre, 500 millilitres. Okay. Next one. Oh, it's a spherical shape. It's a sphere. It's really hard to measure that, so you would need to pour it into measuring jugs. So we'll pour it into a litre, and 500. Okay, so today's math learning is quite simple actually. You can just add it all up, and you don't need to do any method. And then your next one, again, a jug. Capacity of the jug is 1 litre and is that 10? No, 100. 1 litre and 100 millilitres. Okay. So I want you to stop the video here and complete the questions. There's only a few amounts of questions today, and if you do have time, you might want to do this either at the weekend or in the evening, whenever you've kind of got an adult there to help you. Your extension is to create a little table, write a few things that you find around your house and guess the capacity of them. So you need to fill them up to the brim with water and then start pouring it into measuring jugs to check how correct your guess is. Now your guess might be completely wrong, but that's fine. The more you do it, the more accurate you'll get, the more closer to the correct score the correct measurement you'll get. Record it in litres and millilitres. So always think back to, well, I always think back to the Diet Coke. Okay, and make sure you stop it because I am showing you the answers now. Stop. Okay, the answers to your work today. The jug was 1 litre, 50 millilitres, 1 litre, 250 millilitres, and 2 litres, 400 millilitres. Okay, let your teacher know if you've got any questions. Off you go.